All right, it is Thursday, October 12th, 12:25 p.m., finishing my day. And this is my channel where I am documenting my new ES Futures strategy with my secret indicator. I've been doing this. This is now wrapping up the end of the fourth week tomorrow here on YouTube. And I've been trading this strategy on my Apex accounts for a total of 5 weeks now as of tomorrow. And today I was 1 and 0. I am separating and kind of rotating my accounts. So I'm not trading as many accounts as I have on some previous days. I only traded two of my PA accounts today. And if I had taken a second trade today, I would have taken it on this number one and turned off my number three. And the reason why I'm doing this is I'm getting close to a PA payout on this PA3 account. And so I'm just going to toggle back and forth between trades so that if I do hit a loser, it doesn't affect both of them that are doing pretty well. I only want to take a hit on one of them. I want to make sure I get a payout. Hopefully, in a week or 2 weeks on this next payout period, that I'll be able to submit for one. And I'm hoping this account, which is the original account, and you can see that here as well. This is the original PA account that I started trading first, and it's the one I've been trading the longest, and it's the closest to getting a payout now. So I'm really focused on that, getting that payout from there. If I take a max payout, it will pay for all of the fees and everything I've paid into Apex so far, plus be slightly profitable. So I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that, depending on if it becomes, you know, qualified for a payout. I don't want to just blow the account on one withdrawal. So, I'll probably take some amount less than the max payment, which is $1,500. So somewhere between 500 and 1,500. I'm hoping I can take out at least 1,000 or 1,100, and then that gets me to about break even at the end of the day so far with my Apex expenses. But I made $192 on the PA accounts combined today, made 960 on the evaluations today. Everything that was traded today is in pretty good shape. And I don't really have any accounts that are in bad shape at this moment, other than maybe consider this in bad shape. My 50K eval, the only, or a PA, the only 50K PA that I've traded so far, and it is below the starting balance by $1,000, and I have a little over $1,000 of drawdown. So that's my worst account currently, as far as where it's at. And what I'm going to be doing from now on, I think it's a little bit, it just takes too much time for me to edit this summary at the end of the day, and then as well as edit all of my live recording of my day where I took trades and whatnot. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start posting the summary that I'm doing right now as a video on YouTube, and then separately I'm going to just post the entire raw video file of my live recordings of my trades today. And every time I was looking at a possible setup or missed a setup or skipped a setup, or I'm talking about thoughts that I'm having throughout the day, I'm just going to post those separately in a separate playlist for my live trading. And that way it just saves me a ton of time trying to edit down to make a video that's not too long. And yesterday I spent the whole day having problems trying to export my edited video. And that's why I ended up doing, after spending hours and hours and hours trying to export my edited video, I just posted the raw video. And I think it just makes sense for me at this point to do it that way and save time for the rest of the day for me to do other things. So the last thing I want is this YouTube channel to become something where I'm having to spend more time than I really have to be able to spend on it. So anyway, I think that says it all for today. I'm trying to think. I guess one last thing I can do here is I can take these off, and let's talk about how the day was real quick. So I started again. I don't know. I think I started around here-ish, 6:55 or so, just before 7, I believe. And there was at that point I saw what looked like a leg down, and then I did a measured move and saw another leg down. So when I started, I figured, okay, it looks like we're basically at the bottom of a full move. So there was no setups anyway, but I was just already kind of thinking maybe we'll get some kind of correction at that point. And so then shortly after that, I did get a PB setup. It was basically a perfect setup, exactly how I hoped. Because I had the two legs down early in the session, I did a measured move of this seemingly one leg up and kind of thought to myself, okay, well, if we have a second measured move up, then I should easily be able to get my 8-6 scalp. And that's what happened on the PB setup. So that one felt really very comfortable. There was no pullback at all during the trade, and it just went right to my target and was a very easy setup to take. Followed the rules and just plain and clear, and was great. And then there was another PB that happened not too long after, 7:45, and I was ready to take this trade. I was a little bit, thinking about support that was kind of here, and considering that. But this trade set up really fast, and just so I can explain, I'm using an indicator that I'm not revealing in my YouTube videos that's on a separate chart right to the left. And so all of my indications to take a setup are just right to the left of the edge of this frame here. And so I'm looking over here to the left to see if all my rules are satisfied, all the conditions are met to take a setup according to the indicator and my rules and the setups I look for. And then I enter on this chart. I move my cursor back over here. I start the recording, and then I drop my order in here and on a blank chart. And so it's really hard when I'm looking to the left to see if everything is set up. So like in this case, there's no way to know if the PB satisfied all the rules until this bar closed, and it closed on its bottom. And so then I have to look over here, make sure that all of the conditions are met, which in this case, the last condition I was looking for was met on the close of this bar. So by the time I look over to the left and then look back and figure out where the bar actually finished, because it's still moving right up to the end and I'm tracking it on the other chart, then I have to move my order with my cursor to where it belongs one tick below the bar. And then I'm looking to see if it goes 2 ticks below to trigger me in, and then I'm supposed to drop the order. And on this one, I was a little bit hesitant because it was so close to one of my rules not being satisfied that I was like double checking everything to the left to make sure it was all correct. And by the time I had satisfied in my mind that, yeah, it's a quality gold PB, all the rules are there, I should take this trade, by the time I dropped the order, it was already dropping too far and it didn't come back. As you see, there's no wick or anything on this one. And I didn't get taken into the trade. So what I am considering moving forward, as this is the end of my 4th week, and I'm just going to keep making adjustments as I go with my YouTube channel for what makes sense for me to do this in the best way possible for me to get the results I'm looking for and not be hindered by doing the YouTube series. Is I'm going to start actually dropping my order on this chart to the left that has my indicator, so that I can look in one place and if you can imagine the indicators on this chart, I'm getting ready for it. When this bar closes, I don't have to look anywhere but here, and then I can drop my order. And then you'll see, even though I'm dropping the order in here, you'll see the order appear. When I drop the order, you'll see it appear in the proper place. And then the stop loss and the target profit lines should appear, and everything should look like it looked like before. The only thing that won't look the same is you won't see my my cursor doing the things, because I'm doing it on the other chart. Anyway, I just wanted to explain that now because I'm making that small change. There's not very many of you watching, but for anyone who is watching, that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. And I'm sure I'll mention it again at some point because I always repeat myself. Anyway, so then the market was just kind of slow and choppy and not really doing a whole lot. And when I think there were maybe a couple setups I was considering or looking for. You'll see in the live recording, nothing came, nothing kind of set up. And then up here, I was looking for that second measured move up. It hit it, and I think I left to go take care of my dogs somewhere around here. And then the sell-off started happening, which is funny because I mentioned when we were up here that I wouldn't be surprised if it rolled off and came back down. And it did that, but it did much more than I ever imagined and just kept going and going and going and going and going. And so when I came back, what I did was I measured from the top one big leg down, and so I measured another big leg down. And that's the other thing I'm doing now is I'm trying to incorporate the measured moves that I learned from Max Price Action Trading System. And, I found it valuable when I was trading that system. And so I thought I should fold it into here and just see if it helps me in any kind of way. So far, based on today and this right here, this was a setup, a great LO, met all the rules, but I had two concerns. There was this measured move that had already been reached and the setup happened right at it. And then secondarily, there was the low of the previous day, as you can see here. And there wasn't even 8 ticks to get my scalp, if measuring to this red line, the end of previous day. So because of that, I had my order ready. You'll see it in my live recording, and I just decided that I was going to skip it because it just kind of sketched me out. It was such a big move down already. And, talk about feeling like you're getting in at the end of a move. But again, these LOs are all about momentum, and there's clearly momentum down that really hadn't showed much of any pullback at all. I think this is the biggest pullback right here. So, I'll keep my eye on this. I'm going to keep doing this measured move stuff and see if it keeps me out of any losers as time goes on, or if it really just doesn't matter and it's making me not take trades I should otherwise take. And then here at about 11:25 was another PB that I skipped. It was a white PB, so that means that not all of my rules were in place at the time that it got triggered. And there was just one rule that wasn't quite there yet. It actually fell into place at the close of this bar, but I just don't enter them, even though I could have, on this bar, I could have tried to get in. But right now I'm not entering white subjective trades until I get more data as to how many win and how many lose and what variances there are to why that may or may not be. And then here's the live market at the end of the day, 12:40 now. So this has been a long summary. Again, I'm going to repeat myself one more time by saying that I'm going to post my live recordings of the trade today and anything else I recorded as a raw video file in a new playlist on my channel that will just be, live recorded trades or live recorded trading session maybe. And that's where you'll find those if you want to watch them. Otherwise, you can just watch my summaries where I talk about all of this stuff that I've just talked about, and we'll go from there. So again, a good day for me, 1-0, and I'm enjoying documenting my journey with this indicator and tracking what my success rate is, my win rate, if I'm profitable. And tomorrow's the end of the week, so I'll include what my win loss for the week is, and it's hard to show at the end of the week how what the number is of how profitable or not, because I'm doing it on different accounts. So it gets a little difficult to try to add it all up as a combined amount at the end of the week. But I'll give you the I think right now I'm 5-1 if I remember correctly. I'll go back and add it up to make sure. but we're profitable right now for the week. We're green. We've actually been green every single week we've been on YouTube so far. So as long as we have a good day tomorrow, despite the loss earlier this week, will be another green week, whether we get a trade or not tomorrow. And so that'll be 4 green weeks in a row if we can pull that off. So things are looking good. I'm going slow and steady. I'm not trying to hit a home run. I'm just trying to build up accounts and do it in a steady way so that I can get paid back my expenses. And once I'm trading Apex essentially for free, I feel like I will get a little bit more aggressive in my trading in terms of really testing the strategy to the fullest. But right now we're at a steady pace and I'm happy about it. Anyway, that's been long enough, 15 minutes. I'm out of here. Check out my live recordings and my other video of today's session, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.